everyone, and welcome to the start of another weekly vlog. So throughout the month of June, I will be doing weekly vlogs, Monday to Sunday, for the whole month. And this is because of Whateverathon. So yesterday I rounded off the vlog for week 1. It was totally scatty and slumpy, and I'm actually dreading editing it. But we're going to start week 2 anyway. So the crunchy crumbly noises you hear in the background is the dog. He has got a new bone this morning, and so the entire week is probably going to be populated by the bone crunching noises. But that's fine. That's keeps him out of the way, so we're going to go with that. So, like I say, it is Monday morning. Well, I say Monday morning, it's actually Monday afternoon. And I'm just sitting, working away like usual. Nothing too exciting to report so far. So for a quick sum up, last week I slumped pretty hard for the first 4 or 5 days of Whateverathon. Yay. And then I managed to break that by listening to a fairly mediocre audiobook, but that's fine. Book 1 is out of the way. That was Come a Little Closer by Rachel Abbott. It was actually so mediocre that I'm actually going to DNF the series from here. So there's 10 books, and that was book number 7, and I've decided, nah, I'm going to leave it there. They've just been steadily declining, and I'm just going to cut my losses there instead of listening to another 3 books. So that was book number 1. I then went from there and started another audiobook, which is Everyday Sexism by Laura Bates. And rather like the other Laura Bates book that I read earlier this year, Men Who Hate Women, this one is fascinating, loving it, and that's the one I'm kind of just ticking over, doing about an hour or so a day, really enjoying it. That's great. And then for book number 3 of Whateverathon, I have started on my Kindle, Jedediah. I don't know how to say this name. I hate this book for the fact that I don't know how to say this name. We're looking up the pronunciation of that word before I drive myself nuts this week saying it wrong.
Saint Jedediah the Archangel. So yeah, how to pronounce it. No, that's not going to help. It's a video.
Oh dear. Well, you can put a video on of how to pronounce it if you want. Maybe. Okay, so after looking it up, it looks like it's Jedediah. Yeah. I wasn't even close. Anywho, Jedediah. We'll stick with that, and if it's wrong, blame whatever you had just looked up. Not my fault. Thankfully, he goes by Dial. DL. How do you pronounce the last bit? Giles. Jedediah. So he goes by Giles. Yeah. The D-I-E-L part, we'll call him Giles. I need to ask my friend how she pronounces this in her head. Does anyone else have that? When you have a certain word, you need to know how to pronounce it in your head, or whenever you read it, it's like it gets stuck. And I'm finding that with this word. Why did she have to use that name? Anyway, this book is the latest release by Tilly Cole in her Deadly Virtues series. It is a super dark romance, and it's got sort of a break off of the Catholic faith that's got this really violent cult, and they are abusing children that they believe to be evil. And yeah, this has got some graphic, nasty stuff in it. If you don't like that, stay the hell away from it. Like, it's obscene in places. But I love Tilly Cole's dark romances. I think they're fantastic, and she makes characters that are essentially totally unlikable really likable. Like, all of the main characters in this series are murderers. They are murderers that are very messed up, and they want to cause pain and violence, and yet you love them. I don't know how anyone can do that, but I'm just like, they're so cute. Violent murderers that want to tear people limb from limb. You know, one that's obsessed with strangulation, one that wants to drink your blood, not a vampire, just a weirdo. One that literally wears an electric collar because when he loses his mind and starts to try and kill things, you need to shock him back to some semblance of sanity. She makes these people lovable, and I don't know how she does it, but yeah, love it. So yeah, this is very dark romance, probably quite niche. If you don't like that kind of stuff, it's very graphic. But this is book number 2 after Raphael, and I am loving it. I'm 15% of the way in. It's about a 400 odd page book, and I'm hoping to really crack through this one in the next day or so, because one of my best reading buddies is also reading it. We're massive Tilly Cole stans, and we want to talk about it and we're very excited about it. So I just realised this is a buddy read technically because she's reading it with me. Unplanned buddy read. So that's another prompt I can check off for Whateverathon, so that's good. So I'm mega excited about this book, and I'm thinking it's going to get me out of the reading slump. So I'm so glad that there's a Tilly Cole in June. I needed this to get me out of the slump. So I'm going to carry on with my dull work day because I want to read. I want to do Whateverathon stuff and not have to work. But you know, work's a pain in the bum. So got some iron brew, stuff on my face. Got a lot of work to do. So I will catch up with you later on today. Hello, it is the end of the evening, so finished up work for the day and spent the rest of the evening filming my May wrap-up, so that's good to get that done. Haven't edited it yet because I was playing with spreadsheets because, you know, I've got a Copal spreadsheet going and then I've got Maddie's spreadsheet for Whateverathon going. I've been tinkering away with those, and now I'm sitting down. It's like 10:25. I don't think a lot more is going to get done of the evening. I've read about 57 pages today. My goal for each day is about 150, but I'm struggling to make that, to be honest. But yeah, I might see if I read a little bit more for bed, and then I will catch up with you again in the morning. So hello, it is 2:15. There's been no vlogging this morning because we had our landlord in to rip out the shower in our ensuite because it is broken. It has been broken for ages, but obviously with the pandemic and everything, it's just taken a long time to get fixed, which is annoying, but it's out now, so hopefully we can get the new one in fairly soon. I just realised, I don't think I actually covered in a vlog, I don't know if anyone's actually noticed that the car that I so frequently yap in is different. I don't think I actually mentioned it. So yeah, I traded in the car. I had a little Mazda, and that served me well for a few years, but I am looking to learn to tow in the next few months. Just waiting for a start date on getting an assessment done. Obviously there's a big backlog with more COVID, so I'm waiting to get lessons or get an assessment, see how much lessons I would need to get my towing license. And then obviously I need to get a tow bar and a trailer and all these expensive things. Not a big rush to do it, obviously with Dylan not 100% yet. So he's being walked 15 minutes a day. And now he's got his new shoes on, and I have to get a video of him trotting at some point this week to send to the vet so we know what we're doing next. But I'll just basically see if I can grab someone at some point to do that. Like I say, it is now 2:15 and I'm heading to the yard. I like to go up around this time of day. I just take a long lunch, so I've just eaten lunch now. We had enchiladas, it was great. And I'm just going to extend my lunch break and go and do Dylan, and then I work a little bit later. I did this a lot during the lockdowns and stuff like that, and I haven't done it in a wee while because I kind of got into more of a habit of going after work again. But it's so busy, the yard's so busy, and sometimes I just want to go up and ride my pony in peace, and I don't really want to have to socialise so much with people, which is really crappy. I know that sounds really bad when you say it, but like sometimes I'm in the mood to socialise and that's great, and other times I'm just like a bit drained and I don't really want to have to socialise. So I'm definitely going through a phase of that. And also me and Dylan, we do our 15 minutes. I usually hop on and bareback in a Hackamore, which if you're not horsey, it's a bridle without a bit. He's super good, and it's essentially like a head collar but an actual bridle. It's very easy just to whack that on him and go for 15 minutes, and I don't have to be there a long time. And it's like if I was doing stuff with other people and schooling and having lessons and going to jumps and show jumps and stuff like that, then I would probably hang out with them a lot more. They're all doing that kind of stuff right now, but because I'm just rehabbing Dylan at the moment, I kind of just want some peace and just do it all nice and slow, nice and gentle. So that is the plan. Obviously I'm hoping he will continue to improve because we kind of plateaued a little bit with improvement. but hopefully his foot is on the mend. If you've been keeping up with my vlogs, all of that all makes sense, and if you haven't, then you just heard me gamble heap of nonsense about my pony's sore foot. But anyway, let's carry on. The reason for my update, I'm just looking at the timer there, I've been chatting for over 3 minutes. The reason for my update was saying that I am still reading Jagadile. I still can't say this bloody name. I think it's Jagadile. And I've forgotten in the earlier clips what we decided it was the pronunciation was, but we're going to say Jagadile. Still reading it. I'm about 30% in. I've actually taken a few little 10-15 minutes breaks from work here and there today just to read a few pages. It's been a long time since I've been reading a book that has gotten me so engrossed that like work is getting in the way. Like I want to sit and read it, and I want to not have anything else to do so I can sit and read it in peace. It's been a while since a book has really caught me so much that I'm like getting frustrated that I can't just go read it. Which is great, and I it's a Tilly Cole book. I'm not shocked. She does what I like, and it's very much obviously the Deadly Virtues series is about a group of men, 7 men, who were abused by monks who are like part of a sect. They've deviated from the Catholic faith, and they're really extreme in their views about evil and demons, and they torture and abuse to exercise or cleanse sins. It's just disgusting. But obviously there's these very, very messed up guys that have escaped their clutches, and they're all killers in their own way. Like I said, they got like a specific way of murdering, or a specific something or other. Like one drinks blood, one likes to strangle, one wears a collar because he gets so angry, like with this sort of inner violent part of himself that he calls his monster, that when it kind of comes out, it's like a personality switch and he just becomes like this beast. So that's his book, and I really do love a broken hero trope. And obviously these are not stereotypical heroes, they're dark, they're murderers, they're, you know, they're really messed up, but I just love it. It's like if anyone's ever read Black Dagger Brotherhood, you've got Zadist, I think he's in book 3 or 4. He's like the broken one. And then if you've read Hades' Hangman series by Tilly Cole, you've got Flame. It's that broken hero thing. I don't know why that trope works for me so much, but it does. It really does. Basically a big broken guy and having to find peace in some way, usually with a love interest. It's been done to death, but I love it. It's just one of those tropes that I can't help but love. And in this one, the love interest is called Noah, and she is another escapee from this sect. So she's as messed up as he is. But obviously with a guy like that, she kind of needs to be as messed up as him to really deal with it. Anywho, I'm loving it. Like I say, I'm about 30% of the way through, and my plan this evening is to devour this book and yell at Ewan if he gets in my way. I help him paint models. He does a lot of these tabletop games, but he's not into the painting part. He just wants to play with them. So I'm more artistic than he is, so I usually paint his models to make them sort of competition standard type stuff. And he's on at me to paint some of his models. So I've already done one of them, but I think he wants me to do another 3 before the weekend. I think he wants me to do 1 before Wednesday and 2 before the weekend because he's got a tournament. So I've got painting to do this week. So I realistically need to listen to my audiobook and do that. But I just want to sit and read my ebook and I'll get left alone to do it. But yeah. Anywho, now I'm driving. Back to the whole point, going to the yard. I'm going to put on my my audiobook, which is Everyday Sexism by Laura Bates. Good thing is, I'm super obsessed with this book as well, and I'm freaking loving it. I'm loving Laura Bates. Like, I'm just like, yeah, where's everything else you've ever written or made? I want it. I think she's great, and this is you know, kind of how sexism prevails in just everyday life of women, and how so many women have got these experiences. And it's weird, like, you know, it's the amount of women that have got stories, you know, about having men like be really vulgar and coming on to them, or sexually harassing them, or being groped inappropriately, and the thing is, like, so many women, myself included, have had these experiences where men have touched me and I don't want them to, and you're kind of just left standing there like, what just happened? Do I get angry and react, or do I just be quiet and hope they go away? Like public transport, I mean, I used to commute every day down to Dundee, And like, if I actually have memories that come up on my Facebook where like someone have done something ridiculous to me that day, like a guy have been really scummy. I had a guy lick me once on the train, and try and get me to get off the train with him to have sex with him. As you can imagine, that is revolting, and I did not do this. And when he did eventually leave, an older lady that was sitting near me, who'd been keeping an eye on the situation but hadn't done anything, but she kept kind of like looking over at me like, are you okay? She gave me some like hand sanitizer, and like was like, just for your arm, because he licked my arm. And she was like, you want to clean? And I was like, yes, please. I feel so filthy right now. It's disgusting. But like that kind of thing, like I used to put that on like my statuses on Facebook and stuff, and you look back on it and kind of laugh. But at the time it was horrible, you know? Or I'd be like sitting reading on a train, and like there'd be some guy come up and like, oh, you're reading 50 Shades of Grey. Is there sex in that book? Is it naughty? And I'm just like, go away. Like, if I'm reading a book in public, it's because I don't want you to speak to me, and I certainly don't want you to ask me if I'm reading 50 Shades of Grey, which, like, I read a lot of erotic books, but personally don't like that one. But like, gross experiences like that are quite common, like being groped by people in public places. Like, I've had that happen to me loads, and don't like it, obviously, but like, hearing so many women with these experiences, it's like, why are we just expected to put up with this? Like, it's pretty shocking. I also really want to talk to my friend about it, because I've been bugging her to read Laura Bates' stuff, because she's really got similar opinions than me with this kind of stuff, and I think she'd really enjoy it. She's not as much of a reader as I am, but if I can get an audiobook that she likes, and we can discuss it, and I really want to have like in-depth life chats with her about this stuff, because I feel like we can have proper rants, feminist rants. I have now been chatting for 10 minutes. This is ridiculous. So I am going to go. It is now 2:25, and I really need to get back here by about 4. So I'm going to go ride Dylan and listen to my book on the way, and stop whinging. Walk on. So we're finally coming to the end of the day. It has been one of those days that I've had so much to do and I've barely had time to read, and it is so frustrating because I'm loving my book so much. So obviously I had my work day, someone come in to tear out the old shower in the ensuite. I had Dylan to go to, and then obviously more work, and then I had a few odd jobs around the house that had to get done. That's the washing machine beeping, just to clarify. Yes, housework had to be done, and obviously I was listening to my audiobook while I did that, which I'm just still loving so much. And then I had a video to edit that had to go up for tomorrow, so today is Tuesday, and this is my May wrap up, so I'm going to have that uploaded. It's uploaded now and scheduled for tomorrow, which left me hardly any time to read. So it's 11:10, it's 11:05, and I'm going to read till past and then go to bed. But yeah, I just want to read my book, and I have so much like adulting that's getting in the way, and it's very frustrating. But this is why I get through audiobooks so much faster than I do physical books, because I can listen to them while I'm doing all those things. But yeah, I'm going to read for the next sort of 25 minutes and then go to bed and restart the day again tomorrow, which is probably going to be equally as busy. Obviously still got work to do, still got Dylan to do, and I'm meeting a friend for a dog walk after work, so another busy day ahead, which is fine. It's all great, but I just want to read my book. So I'm going to stop chatting to you, get back to reading Jegadial. I am 32% of the way through. I freaking love it so far. I just can't get through it fast enough. I'm just so into it. So yeah, I'm going to read some more, and I will fill you in when I'm a bit further in. Hey, Kanan. He's a good boy. Hey there. It is finally Wednesday afternoon. I feel like today's been quite a long work day. I don't think I vlogged at all today. As you can see, I'm rocking a bit of a bright eye look. I don't really know where that came from today, but I felt like it. And I always go with greens if I feel like going bright, green or blue. It is very rainy, which is sad because I've booked fields, like one of the run-free fields in Aberdeenshire for the dogs to play in. I'm meeting a friend and her dog. We're going to go have a run about, but I think it's going to be quite wet, which is a bit of a shame because it's been beautiful weather the last few days. But that's just typical Aberdeen. As soon as you book something, it starts to rain. But yeah, my friend's dog is called Piper. If you've watched my vlogs from, God, last year at least, she's quite a reactive dog, so she doesn't actually get on with other dogs very well. So this is kind of their first meeting, like Piper and Kanan, to see if they can be friends. Like I say, Piper's a bit reactive, so it's a bit of a, let's see if it works out kind of a deal. I'm going to combine that with a trip to the yard to sort Dilly Bops out. He needs to get, you know, fed and all that good stuff. I'm not sure if he's going to be really wet because he hasn't got a rug on. I don't know if it's raining there, but we shall see. If it's very wet, I will not be riding, but I might just hand walk him. We'll see how it goes. Oh, I've just remembered I was meant to phone the vet to book in his next check, so I better do that before they close. And I'm going to put on my audiobook, which is still Everyday Sexism by Laura Bates. Still loving it. It's still fantastic. And yeah, so I'm going to go and do that, and I will catch up with you in a bit. That's the end of another day of Whateverathon. What day is it even today? I think it's the 9th. Are we 9 days into Whateverathon already? How crazy. So yeah, today's been another busy day, but I got a good hour or so in of reading my physical book and about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I think I got to 2 hours actually in my audiobook, so I think that's pretty decent. I'm probably pretty close to my goal today. I probably haven't hit 150 pages. I probably haven't hit 150 pages, but I think I'm probably pretty close to it. Probably about 130, 140, which is good. I should hopefully finish my audiobook tomorrow, which would be awesome. I think it's going to be a 5-star read. I mean, it is. It's going to be a 5-star read. It's been so good. So relatable and fascinating and powerful, and I've really enjoyed it. So that's brilliant. I'm really chuffed with that. And I'm about 56% of the way through my ebook, which is Dial, and it's so lovely. I love it so much. How can you say that about a book about serial killers? But it's so freaking cute. Like, I don't know how serial killers can be cute, but it kind of is. Like, it's that whole broken, damaged hero trope. It just works for me so much. I just love it. But yeah, like I say, we're over the halfway point now, and the love interests have obviously met and gotten together, basically, and they're just so sweet together. I just think they're just so cute. This is Dial, and Noah, and yeah, they're just so sweet. They're so sweet. They're so messed up people, but they just belong together. Loving it, absolutely loving it. I'm hopefully gonna finish that in the next couple of days or so, but just so busy right now. It's not easy. But yeah, I fully expect this to be a 5-star read as well. It's definitely on track for that. I'm assuming there's going to be some great big fight scene, you know, third act conflict kind of thing. But yeah, it's exactly what I expected it to be, and it's adorable, and I love it. It's dark romance, and I'm calling it adorable, but it just is. It just so is. Love it. So I'm gonna go to bed now and get ready for Thursday. I've taken my hair out of my plaits that I had in earlier. I love like the effect of having plaits in and your hair goes all wavy, but it doesn't stay that way for very long, but I do like that. But yeah, I'm gonna go and get ready for bed. Well, I've just got ready for bed. I've done my makeup, taken my makeup off, and yeah, time to sleep. Thursday tomorrow, which will be day 10 of Whateverathon. And obviously, like I say, I'll be hopefully finishing book 2 and potentially 3 in the next couple of days. So like, I'm a little bit behind on where I wanted to be, but it's not too bad. So we're getting there. I'm back to kind of reading every day now, so that's good. So hopefully pick up the pace. I've got a fairly free weekend coming up, I think. So I should be able to get some good reading in at the weekend. But I'm doing pretty well reading during the week. Even if I can get like an hour or so in, it's pretty good. I'm just always on the go. But yeah, so that'll be good. And I'll have to pick a new audiobook tomorrow. I think I'm going to keep having an audiobook on the go. It's definitely something that keeps me focused. There's a couple of potentials I'm going to think about getting, but I haven't decided yet. It's kind of like I've got a vaguely set TBR for books I wanted to read this month, and I've only read one of those so far and deviated with the other two, but that's fine. And I'm going to just leave audiobooks as like something I can just pick what I'm fancying. And I'm trying to stick to the TBR with physical books is my vague plan. I need to allow for some mood reading, but yeah, that's the plan. So that's my update for Thursday, and Wednesday. That's my update for Wednesday. I clearly need to go to bed, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye for now. Hello. It is Thursday. I say lunchtime. It's like 1:45, but I'm technically on my lunch break. I've got a Mr. Pooch. He's a bit sad because Ewan's gone off to a site visit. Yes, he has. So he can't understand why he's not here. Yes, I'm talking about you. Yes, talking about you. Boop. He's total COVID puppy and is obviously very, very used to both of us being around all the time, despite the fact we do take turns leaving him. But anyway, he does get a little bit unsettled when one of us is out of the house, so he's just a bit sad, aren't you, Mr. Stinky? Yes. Anyway, playing with the dog over. Like I said, I'm on my lunch break, and I was planning to go to the yard, but you needed the car for a site visit, so I will do the yard after work, which is fine. So for the next 20 minutes, I'm going to read. So I'm plowing my way through my my book Jegadile and loving it, like I've gushed about so many times. So I'm just going to go and get stuck in and do some reading with Mr. Pooch here, and I will fill you in on how far I get. I'm coming up to the 70% mark in this book, and we've had like a reveal of a character's past, and it's not what I expected, but I'm like, God, I love this book so much. I'm really, really enjoying it. And I just want to get it finished, but equally I want to savor it. But yeah, I'm getting there with this one, and I don't know what's going to have to happen for this to not be a 5-star read. I really, really like it. Oh, so heartfelt. Kind of my heart's breaking a little bit. So I read far too long. I've technically overshot my lunch break. Oops. Okay, I better get back to work and not dither. Although I'd much rather just sit and read. Why does work get in the way? Anyway, back to work for me, and I will catch up with you later. Been a busy day. Trying to think what my last vlog is for this week. I'm not sure. Oh, I really want a nap. So today is Saturday, Saturday the 12th maybe. I'm shattered. I actually think I look pretty horrific. I'm so tired. Today's been a really, really busy day. So I was horse shopping today. I'm looking to get a second horse. So I went to try a few in Banff, which is just over an hour away from me. So drove there, rode a few horses, drove back, did my horse, came home, stuffed my face full of food because I was starving. He got he got a good big belly worth of food as well because he hadn't had a feed in a while. He clearly suffered today. Very tired. So verdict on the horses I tried today is that I'm not going to buy any of them. They were nice, but not for me. So yeah, it was fun though. It was good. I'm so tired. Oh my. I meant to vlog more of the experience, but I was distracted and yeah. So that's all you're getting. It's now 6:30 and I've been on the go since 8:30 this morning and I'm so tired, as you can probably tell, finding it hard to find the energy to, that was him snoring, find the energy to chat, to be honest. I had big reading goals for today because I underestimated how long all that was going to take. I also underestimated how sleepy this whole endeavour was going to make me. So, where am I on the reading front? I have about 17% left of Jekyll. Love it. Really, really good. So I'm going to finish that today. I've finished Everyday Sexism, which is my audiobook. That was 5 stars. Really enjoyed that. And I've started Circe by Madeline Miller. So I'm either going to continue reading that or read Of Blood and Ash. Because I also want to read that one. And I can't pick. There are sprints on in half an hour. I think what I'm going to do is flop a little bit longer on the couch. And then, dearie me, definitely flop a bit more on the couch. And then when the sprints start up, I'm going to get motivated and read some more. Yeah, but I'm not going to lie, for the next half hour, I may not be conscious. So I will catch up with you in a bit. Happy Sunday. I am sitting in bed, about to go to sleep for the night, obviously. And I realised I haven't vlogged today. Which is fair, I haven't read a hell of a lot to tell you about. I've been busy, just kind of getting stuff organised for the week, doing the horse, the usual Sunday endeavours. Also getting my vlog ready for going up, which is later than it's meant to be, but I'm naff, what can I say? I can link the vlog up wherever it's gonna go. The one I just mentioned, and that was for last week's Whateverathon vlog. So I was hoping this week's would be a lot less scatty, but I feel like it's probably just as scatty. So yeah, I'm trying to think, what have I achieved this week? So let's do a little roundup if I can remember everything. So obviously last week I started and finished Come a Little Closer by Rachel Abbott, so that's book 1. I started Everyday Sexism by Laura Bates and I finished that this week, so that's book 2. I started Jekyll last week and I have it in front of me here. I have 10% left and I'm going to read that before bed. It's probably about 40 pages. So that's book 3. I have started Circe by Madeline Miller, which will be sort of book 4 of the readathon. I'm only about 3 chapters in, and it's I'm enjoying it so far. I don't think I've actually mentioned it in a vlog, yet. No, that would be right, because I started on Friday and didn't do much vlogging, and then didn't read much on Saturday, and haven't vlogged today. So no, you won't have heard about the fact that I started Thursday. So my plans for Thursday was to listen to parts of it and read parts of it, because I have the book and the audiobook. So I started off with the audiobook just because I've been finding that a lot easier so far this week. And then I sat down with the physical book just to start kind of maybe reading and listening. And I realised I don't think I'd retained a lot of the information. There's a few passages that I remembered really clearly and other ones that I did not. And I'm like, oh, that's not so good. And I wasn't really aware at the time of listening that I wasn't taking the information in. But when I was looking at it on paper, I was like, I've not taken a lot of this in. So I decided to reread the pages that I'd read, that I'd listened to, and reread them on as my physical book. So I did that, and I've taken it in a lot better physically. So I think I don't mind me reading and listening, like doing them together, but I think as much as I think the audiobook is good so far, I'm not taking the information in very well. But I don't know if that's just because it's like a more fantastical thing. Most of my audiobooks are either sort of crimey, thrillery types or non-fiction. And I feel like I take them in a lot better in audio form than I do reading, like physical reading. And I think maybe fantastical myth retelling-y type things, maybe I'm just not suited to taking that information in via audiobook. So that was something I didn't actually know about myself. I don't know if it's the genre or if it's the book. It's definitely not criticism of the audiobook, because the narrator is actually really, really good. I really like her voice. I feel like she fits the character well. But yeah, so that was interesting. So I will carry on reading that into next week. And I started another non-fiction book. Like I said, I wasn't feeling Cersei as an audiobook. I'm going to continue it physically, so I thought I'm going to better start a new audiobook, because I'd finished Everyday Sexism. And so I've started Unnatural Causes by, I think it's Richard Shepherd, who's a pathologist, a forensic pathologist. So it's kind of his story about his career. So that I'm liking a lot more in audio. So I'm going to continue reading that. So this week, it's been kind of the same as last week, let's be honest. I've started more books than I finished. And had varied success of what I've been reading. But it's still good. It's going well. Like, I am enjoying what I'm reading. Like, Everyday Sexism was a 5-star read for me. Jegadile, unless something dire happens in the last 10%, is going to be a 5-star read for me. So those two that I finished are going well so far with Whateverathon. I'm not sure yet what's going to happen, obviously, with Cersei and Unnatural Causes, what I just said. But they're both doing well so far. Discord chat is going, I'm getting notifications. So that's going well. So that's kind of my roundup of how the last sort of couple of weeks have gone. Definitely not gone to plan. Absolutely not gone to plan. I've not read the books I thought I would read. I've not read at the pace I thought I would read. It's not gone in any way, shape or form what I thought. But tomorrow is a new day. It's the start of a new week and the start of a new weekly vlog. So I'm going to sign off here, finish Jegadile. I still don't fucking know how to say his name. Finish up that and get some sleep and try and be ready for an early start for Monday, because I've got my full week of work, lots of bits and bobs to do throughout the week in the evenings, which is going to hamper reading progress, and then we are going to Edinburgh for the weekend. So it's going to be a busy week, and we'll see how much reading we get done. But I think there'll be a lot of audiobook listening once again, so oh well. That physical TBR is becoming a pile of shame a lot quicker than I would have hoped. But like I say, start of week 3 next week, tomorrow, and I'm going to go to bed after finishing my book, and I think I've said that about 5 times, so let's just sign off here. See you next week.